Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to another episode. We appreciate you guys being here as usual. If you're new to the channel, man, we appreciate you guys being here. Just hit that subscribe button, smash the like button. Really helps us. The algorithm pushes our videos up. We're pushing out a lot of content right now. We're doing our best to bring you the best information and the most valuable information and things that you can really use in your day-to-day, especially in your company, or even if you're not in your own business, kind of like just how you operate every day. On this episode, I kind of wanted to get into basically KPIs, right? Key performing indicators, or as I'm going to title this one, review and reset, basically. So kind of go through some of the processes of how I look at things, how I make determinations on what we need to do moving forward. Again, I use key performing indicators. I think that's a big one, and a lot of that is more in your visuals. Yes, they can be numbers that you can look at from a month-to-month basis, and then you can go back, depending on whatever program that it is that you're using. I mean, we use a software for our jobs and systems, so it's kind of easy to go back and track each month, month by month, year by year, meaning, okay, so busy season for us is the winter, so it's like my December to April, those months. What did I do last year? What did I do the year before that? Where are we at now? What do we need to do to get beyond it? What were some things that worked well on months that I had that were better in years previous compared to this one? I mean, there are a lot of factors that go into how I look at these things. And obviously, there are the things on the surface that we can't control, right? Like, again, I don't get political on this channel. That's not what it's about. But it's like you can see the environment politically is a little weird. Economics are a little bit weird. Inflation is high. People aren't spending money the way they used to. So you have to take all these things and factor them into your decision making and how you kind of audit what you're doing, because maybe what you did last month was on par of what you should have been doing, but outside distractions or outside environmental things that you can't control, right? You can't control politics. You can't control the environment that we live in. So you kind of have to work within it. So with all those things being said, I got to take all of these little indicators, and then the other thing is employment. Do I have more guys on now? Do I have less guys on now? Am I covering more ground now? Am I covering less ground now? What types of jobs are we staying busy doing? The numbers do play a big role, obviously, because if we did X dollars amount this month and we do X dollars amount next month, are there things that we could have done a little bit better to make it a better experience, or bring the company more money, or whatever the case may be? But there are a lot of things. So we'll go in maybe quarterly. For us, usually it could be seasonal, because winter season for us is a very busy season, so it's kind of hard to look at all the numbers and get an idea. But somewhere in the middle of the winter, we kind of look back and track our numbers back to previous years, just to see, are we still on pace? Are we ahead of the curve? Are there things we need to be doing better? Because as any company or any person goes about their day, it's things change all the time. Environments change. How you operate changes. Maybe some systems that you put in place maybe change. We're always evolving and trying to be a little bit better, and obviously make things run a little bit more efficiently, because that's really the most important thing is efficiency. How are you getting guys out the door on time? How are you showing up? What type of jobs are you dealing with? Are they system related problems? Are they other things that are going on? So I do feel like these videos are probably good for all the trades, because it'll obviously, if you're somebody that works contracting or whatever, you might be on a job site for a certain period of time, but still, how you're showing up, right? Because even on a job site like that, an indicator for me, I don't do a lot of huge jobs. A lot of our stuff is service based, so I can't quantify okay, I'm on this job and this is what we charge, and this is the time frame I like to get it done. Are we doing it? Are we finishing the job inside of that time frame? Are we stepping outside of that time frame? I don't do a lot of that. So, but for a contractor, or if you're somebody that's union or you're running big jobs, sometime money or how you could be doing things more efficiently show up in whatever your timeline is, and whether you're showing up beyond or before, or what are your goalposts that you're setting, are you hitting them within a certain amount of time? So like there are things like that you definitely could be doing. Like if I'm doing big jobs, whenever I do larger jobs, it's like, okay, I have set aside this amount of time to get this particular thing done, and we set it up that way. So I know by the time that day is done, we're either done already or we got to be done on that day. And anything I push past that is already now digging into beyond where I want them to be, where beyond my comfort level of what I want the job to look like. So the same thing on the service side. It's like, how many callbacks do I have? How do we mitigate callbacks? How do we communicate inside of the organization where things get done in a more timely fashion and we get it done efficiently so there aren't any callbacks, right? So I get a lot of that stuff. When we're dealing with leaks, like how efficiently do we get on the job and off the job? Are we doing something that should take 2 hours is taking 8? Because now those guys who could do maybe 2-3 jobs a day get stuck doing 1 job a day. So I have to always be looking at these numbers, and again, key performing indicators, KPIs. You can look it up. It's a used item in most businesses, and a lot of it's not always numbers. Some of it is just visual. Like I can see, okay, guys are slowing down. Having regular meetings is another one that's super important, right? Like if you own your own company, are you doing regular meetings with your team? If you work in a company, are you doing regular meetings with your team? Are you communicating with guys above you and making sure you're being efficient and you're showing up the way you want to? I like to see guys be a little bit more proactive. That's more my speed. Not everybody's built like that, but that's how I always was, right? When I worked for other people, I treated their businesses like they were my businesses. So I wanted to always be elevating and becoming better at what I was doing, me being more efficient, helping the company in any way that I possibly could. And doors opened for me at that time because of it. So this isn't just a business related thing in terms of like how I operate. You should be doing this internally for yourself. That key performing indicator could be where's your head at, in 1 week compared to another week? Are you more efficient during this time of the year or that time of the year? How can you be a little bit better? How are you constantly auditing yourself and how you show up and what you do, and how you make your company better, or how you inside of your organization that you're working for better? Because what a lot of guys don't understand is that everything is being measured. So even in my company, I'm measuring myself, I'm measuring the guys, I'm measuring the team, they're measuring me. Like there's always measuring going on. Who's doing what they say they're supposed to do, who's following through on what they say they're going to do. So even on the surface, just by visually looking at things, you can create key performing indicators. You should know within yourself, like, okay, I know on a good day when I'm at my best, I can take care of X amount of calls, or I can do X amount of things, or I can finish X amount of projects. And if you find yourself slowly falling off at that pace, is there something internal going on? Is there something within the organization going on? Is there something that you could be doing better in other avenues to make your experience a little bit easier or bring more to the table? So these are things that I really look at. I don't really get deep into the weeds on the numbers because the numbers don't always tell you everything. Yes, it is one level of KPI, right? It's one level of, okay, well, this is where I was at last year, this is where I'm at this year. I can compare last month to this month, but it doesn't always tell the whole story. So it's important to look at numbers, be willing to look at numbers, be willing to look internally also. Auditing yourself is very important, and just recognizing energy and how it's affecting your business, how it's affecting each individual person, and just tying them all together. It's not easy. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, just talking about a business from the business perspective, running a company is not easy. It has a lot of difficulties. Obviously, there's fruits of labor that come with it, which is great, but it's something that a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to deal with the stresses and the frustrations that come with it. But when you do it and you learn to build systems for yourself, and I'm just being honest, like I'm still learning to refine systems. I think that happens in no matter what you do. So no matter what business you're in, you're always leveling up, right? You're always trying to become a little bit better. You grow a little bit more. as a business owner, it's the same thing. It never stops, right? Even me talking to you now and you're learning something from me, I'll learn something new. But guess what? When I learn something new, I'm going to share it with you guys, because I also am an open book. And I think it's important for people to understand things that work, things that don't work. I'm very surface level. Like, I don't get into the weeds on sense. Like, I'm not here to talk about ChatGPT. Like, I'm just telling you my personal experiences from what I've gone through, what I've seen, changes that I've made that have helped make the company a little bit better, make it more well-rounded, make the enjoyment across the board, because at the end of the day, nobody wants to hate being at work every day. And that's the environment we've been trying to create. So that's all I got for this one, man. Again, like always, man, I hope you get something from these videos. That's what it's all about. Really take the time out of our day to provide as much information as we can based on my own experiences. And I do appreciate you guys being here. If you haven't done it already, smash the like button. Smash the like, hit the subscribe. Don't leave us behind. Follow our... We got a lot of good stuff coming, man. It's just, like I said, this is just the beginning, and it's been a lot of fun. And we appreciate you guys being here. If you have a comment or something to add to this conversation, drop a comment below. It's all good. I'm with it. I want to hear what you guys have to say. We can continue the conversation. If you want to see any other videos or you have a topic in mind that you'd like us to discuss, also drop a comment below. I'm with it. I personally go in and answer all the comments myself. I don't leave any comments unanswered. So once again, we appreciate you guys being here. Hope you got something from this. Have an amazing day. Keep crushing it. Keep... Peace.